I've waited a long time to be able to talk about this album, and finally, I get to hold it in my hands and finally hear it and review it for the channel. This is Ariana's second album titled My Everything, which comes a little more than a year after her 2013 debut, Yours Truly. Now, whereas Yours Truly had the throwback to had a throwback to the sound of the of 90s music and so forth, My Everything kind of keeps some of those elements, but also tries out some current pop trends. You know, like the whole EDM craze and so forth. As far as guests on the album, we have Iggy Azalea is on here on Problem. Zedd is on the second single, Break Free. Of course, we all know Big Sean is on Best Mistake. Outside of those released songs and Bang Bang, which everyone has heard at this point, we have Childish Gambino, we have The Weeknd, we have A$AP Ferg, and we have Cashmere Cat. I'm just going to go ahead and get in. I'm going to try to take it track by track instead of how I normally do it, just to kind of give background on every song. The album starts with an 80-second intro, just to kind of set the tone for the album. And right off the bat, it basically, to me, the album is picking up right where Yours Truly left off. It's just a more melodic kind of instrumental. Ariana just kind of sings the intro for the first half of it, and then it flows into the lead single, Problem, featuring Iggy Azalea, which was definitely one of my favorite, was probably my second favorite single, my favorite of the singles being Break Free with Zedd. But Problem also gets the job done as a lead single because it's a catchy chorus, it's a different type of sound from what, at the time of this of the single being released, it was a different sound than we had heard from Ariana in the past. And it also gets points because I'm not a huge Iggy Azalea fan, but I actually enjoyed her verse on this song. It was very fun, and it was very cohesive with the song itself. It goes from there to track 3, which is One Last Time, and what's interesting with this song is that it's Ariana. Normally, when a pop artist or a female pop artist talks about a breakup, it's normally it's the guy's fault. They paint it as the guy's fault why the relationship ended. What's cool about this one is that it's Ariana painting herself as the reason the relationship ended, at painting herself as the one that was cheating and lying and begging for, one last time before I let you go. And it's become one of my favorite songs from the album to hear. It's still on repeat right now from earlier today. From there it goes to Why Try, which Why Try is, to me, is an alright song. It's not like a groundbreaking song and nothing spectacular, but it gets the job done for its placement on the album. So it's basically we're in love with the pain of this relationship, so why are we still trying to fight it and trying to leave it? I'd say the next two, Break Free and Best Mistake, we've all heard those. I talked about those when I did the track list video. I'm not going to rehash my opinions on those right here. And then to Be My Baby, which, depending on how you feel with the type of sound that song is, this is either going to be a good song to you or it's going to be a speed bump in the album for you. For me, I enjoy the song. It's one of my standouts on the album. Then we go to Break Your Heart Right Back. Now this one was one I was looking forward to hearing because I like some of Childish Gambino's music, but I'm not really that huge a fan of him, so I was interested to see how this song he had with Ariana was going to turn out. and it's actually, for the most part, a pretty good song. I mean, Childish Gambino does have a couple corny lines in his verse. Specifically, just to pull one out, my flow so gross, my nickname school lunch. Like, I just like, wow, Gambino, really. And aside from that, it's a good verse and it fits the concept of the song. Basically, it's Ariana talking about our relationship is over, so I just want to break your heart how you did mine. And Childish Gambino is playing the role of like this new guy is coming in and showing Ariana how she can get back at him. And it's a very well done song. The other two that I was one anticipating to hearing, two scared to hear. First, Love Me Harder with The Weeknd. That was the last thing I heard in advance of the album dropping, and it is now if not my favorite, definitely my second favorite song on here, because I'm not gonna lie, I saw featuring The Weeknd. I expected a dark vibe for the song. It's nothing like what I expected it to be. It is like a more just kind of light, got a little guitar riff in the beat, and then The Weeknd comes in, and if it wasn't for his voice, you would not be able to tell that was The Weeknd, because he toned down. It's still The Weeknd lyrics, but he toned down a lot of the more profane stuff that he has in his own music, and his and Ariana's vocals just kind of blended so well together with the song, and it was just this great chemistry. And I sincerely hope that they have more collaborations planned in the future, because the track they had on here was it was amazing. And then just the one I was scared to hear. I did not think this was gonna go well. Hands on Me, featuring A$AP Ferg. I was dead scared to hear this song. I did not know how this was going to turn out, because I'm not a fan of A$AP Ferg. I mean, then again, I'm not really a fan of trap music in general, so don't really dig him. But this is actually my favorite track from the album, is Hands on Me with A$AP Ferg. Once you hear that beat, first off, you're going to want to dance. You're going to want to just get up and dance and not care who sees you, because that beat is just a dance club type beat. And it's just crazy, because this is like to me, it's the first real song that I can say that Ariana was definitely, like, to quote Justin Timberlake, was bringing sexy back on this song, because she was in that mode. It was like she was just in that like sex appeal mode, and this is going to be the hate it or love it track, I feel like, for the album. And it's either going to be you hate it or you love it. Me, I love it, because I'm not going to lie, I did not expect that to come from Ariana, but I definitely loved that she took the risk with it, and to me it paid off with it. And then the album closes with the title track, My Everything, which is just a kind of a slow type little ballad to close out the standard edition of the album. And if you have never felt sentimental about a song and feel like a song has never touched your heartstrings before, that one will. And I'm going to leave it at that right there. Is not, in my opinion, I'm just going to keep it real. There's not a single track on here that I don't like on here. Every song on here to me is different. Every song to me just has a different feel. It's a different side of Ariana. And to me, probably not Hands on Me, but to me, every song is like a different side of Ariana to me. And people that know me know how I feel about her debut. I loved it. I thought it was perfect. To me, this is better than Yours Truly. I'm going to keep it real. This to me is better than her debut album, because she took a couple risks on the album. It's a different type of sound than we got on Yours Truly, and to me, it definitely works. It definitely does. And that's pretty much all I can say without starting to just rehash things I've said before. So as far as a rating for this album, you can tell from how I've been this whole video what it's about to get. Perfect album, perfect rating. Whether you're a fan of Ariana Grande or not, you definitely need to at least give this album a listen. If you're not a fan, definitely give this a listen and see if it's your type of music, because it's just perfect for me. It's a perfect type of album, and I think anybody that loves pop music, you're gonna love this album. But until the next video, Strangely Musical, deuces.